Good day and welcome to the dining room table. Mayor Gertz of Athens, Georgia explains being a sanctuary city after a college student was allegedly killed by an illegal migrant. Subscribe, like, and share. Sadly, 22-year-old college student Lakin Riley got up one morning for a run and was allegedly killed by an illegal migrant. And now the mayor of Athens is announcing some public safety initiatives. I spent some time in Athens, Georgia, very different from New York City, quiet. Uh, yeah, I can see how she could have been running and there was no car driving by for a while or no presence of security at times. I mean, they do have their own, the police department is there, the college has their own police department, but it's just a smaller city and it's just not that much movement and traffic going on in the city unless something's happening with the college. Most of the people who are in Athens are either students or they work for the colleges, and I'm sure many parents are probably shaken up after this. So he's going to explain what it means to be a sanctuary city because many people are saying that that's the reason why this young woman was murdered. Let's listen.
And you can find out exactly what it means to be an SEC institution. Sanctuary city doesn't track with either of those. And so that term means different things to different people depending on the context of the discussion.
We know what it means.
Many of the elements.
Liar.
Many of the elements.
Liar.
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 We
Liar.
are here to listen.
Liar.
You're a liar.
We are here to listen.
Liar.
You're
Every
a
time for
liar.
questions.
You are guilty and got blood on your head for this murder, sir.
Many of the aspects that are ascribed to sanctuary cities
We know what sanctuary
are
city
things
means.
that are disallowed by Georgia law.
Sanctuary policy, which is what we do.
And we contribute a document every year to the Georgia Department of Audits indicating that we do not correspond to these definitions under state law.
Yes, you do.
And no policies have been adopted
Please
by the
stop
mayor and
lying.
commission
You're
that have
insulting
created
our
sanctuary
intelligence.
city status in
Sir,
Athens.
You need to resign.
One protocol that
Resign
sometimes
now.
arises.
Resign!
Resign now.
You allowed this
protocol.
to happen, sir.
One protocol that
You
sometimes
voted for
arises
this.
is the approach that sheriff's offices and jails take to what are termed detainers. The sheriff's office approach has varied over the years, but this question, again, in the purview of the elected sheriff, honors detainers when issued by a federal judge or federal magistrate. In the main, I caution against conflating immigration and crime. The data demonstrates that the two are not connected. Because the impact of federal immigration policy on localities has been under such consistent discussion in recent months, I do want to say a few words about this.
So now he's going to talk about the immigration laws in the United States and that being a cause of all of this.
It's my 18th year as a local government policymaker, and my work has overlapped with 4 U.S. presidencies and numerous iterations of Congress. All of them have failed to reach agreement on how to handle immigration. We had Ronald Reagan and George H.W. Bush in the White House, and Tip O'Neill and Ted Kennedy in Congress the last time this was meaningfully addressed in Washington, D.C. Appreciate the work of the recent bipartisan group of senators, and this recent bipartisan group in the Senate has crafted a bill to make headway on this issue. While no legislation is perfect, this would be a step forward, and I urge Congress and the White House to act now.
So here he is trying to convince Congress after Senate has passed the bill on the border bill and the immigration and security.
And demonstrate a willingness to continue to work on complementary legislation in the future. My time in office has demonstrated that if your approach to legislation is all or nothing. You're going to get nothing every single time.
Now the mayor is going to talk a little bit more on some immigration laws that he believes should be in place, and you're going to hear from the people attending the press conference that are not happy.
Is that here in Athens, Clarke
You're
County,
fired.
we center
You're
our work in the public
fired.
sector.
You need to go, sir. We don't want to hear from you no more. You're not defending us. You're not upholding your oath of office, sir. You are lawless. You are a criminal.
So your press members.
If non-members of the press
Yeah, I'm a press member
might
too.
be asked to
We,
leave.
the people, we created this government and we pay your salary. You do what we want you to do, not what you want to do. That's the problem with this lawlessness in our country. You're not upholding
I've
your
got a
oath,
question from members of the press.
sir.
So obviously that gives the impression to the community and even parents out there who are sending students to your city to go to college. What do you say to that?
I appreciate the question. Thank you very much.
So the member of the press is asking, what are you going to tell the parents? You know, this young lady was taking a jog. The community, the town is mostly a college town, and the parents are sending their children. They want to make sure that they're safe.
I want to say that we center our work here in Athens, Clarke County, in people's humanity. And part of everybody's humanity is the expectation of human dignity. While 2019 was not that long ago,
So, I mean, being in Athens, I you know, it's slower than New York City. I felt safe. I must say there is not much presence around. You could be walking down streets for a while and, you know, may not see someone for a while, depending on the time that you're out there in the morning. Yes, you won't really see much. But I mean, overall, I felt safe. Now the mayor is going to talk about 2019 and what happened then. Let's listen.
you might remember the dynamic we were living in the late teens in this country, where you had President of the United States speaking in the most vile terms about people who were foreign born. And you had that notion metastasizing in places like
This
Charlottesville.
is an invasion. When I was
So
younger,
when you
I
have-
was a criminal. And you know what I thought about doing? Crossing the border to Mexico to get away from my crimes.
Son, I'm going to ask you to
Thanks
leave.
Jesus Christ, he saved me, and I no longer live that lawless life. But you do.
Son, I'm going to ask you to
You
leave.
are lawless, Mr. Mayor.
I'd be glad to schedule some time with you if you'd like some individual time.
Yeah, I'd like to spend some time with you.
Let's do that, but I need to
I
continue.